The cosmic turnabout in space! Space trial! Not actually in space, sorry, that was misleading. Hello there, Sci-Ferret. I don't remember if I said hi. I read your message and I meant to reply, but hello. I hope you're doing well tonight. Just a bag of lettuce I dump into a bowl. I don't like lettuce. I think lettuce is the most boring vegetable you could use for a salad. Where's the judge? I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Solomon Starbuck or something.
Objection!
Your Honor, could you please come out from under your bench? Well, excuse me. No lettuce, no ranch, no dressing. I do hate salads. I like salads that are like, okay, I don't mind like a Cobb salad, because there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there that is not just the lettuce, and there's eggs in that, and that's good. Otherwise, give me a salad with like arugula or spinach, like any day, over like romaine, like iceberg. Yeah, rocket, I mean rocket. There are no more bombs, I promise. Oh, yes, my apologies. I'm still a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. I mean, first, the courtroom exploded. Yep. And then Mr. Tonate self-destructed. I guess that's one way of describing what happened to Tonate. Anyway, it seems that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tonate's actions. So you, Mr. Wright, will be taking up the defense? Do you have an understanding of what has happened in the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. The defense is ready. Very well. Is the prosecution also ready? Nope. I was getting ready to do a voice. I, like, inhaled and I was, like, about to do something and that didn't happen. I take it you'd like me to give the opening statement this time. Looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader. Well, he's certainly more than his fair share. Seen more than his fair share of colorful prosecutors. You could say he's something of a veteran of sorts. Let's see. In the previous part of this trial, we learned that the victim, Clay Taryn, escaped from Launchpad 1, carrying the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. There were explosions on the second floor of the Space Center and on the rocket itself. The two astronauts used the Launchpad 1 corridor to reach the boarding lounge. Why do I keep fucking that up with Launchpad 1? I either... the times when I don't read the or when I need to read it, and it's like... I noticed that last stream too. And I did it twice now, this stream. And... how could the victim climb down the ladder if he was carrying the defendant? That was the mystery that needed to be solved. But Mr. Justice proved that the victim was killed in the boarding lounge. Lounge is too close to a ranch. Oh boy. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point? Upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Dono's argument was correct. So that means that the testimonies of the first two people on the scene are suspect. And there were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements? Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police? Dark age of the law. Yes, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging. And just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, the courtroom bombing incident occurred and the trial was put on hold. Yes, he did. He has been using Japanese honorifics the entire game. Detective Arm died, right? Yeah, there we go. And that accursed fellow. He killed my witness. He killed Detective Arm. He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw. Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. Nevertheless. I'm gonna move my chair. There we go. Okay. I want to lean back. Okay. The defense argues that there was a third person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim.
Objection!
To make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one. There was no third person in the boarding lounge. Or have you gone dotty already? Old man.
Objection!
Damn, it's calling him old. Wait, isn't... Aren't they, like, around the same age? No, I guess not. He's, like... Phoenix is, like, 35, right? Oh, he's not in my thing here. Oh, well. We'll see who's the daughtered after I trounce you with my years of experience, little boy. In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene. They saw a third person? Oh, fuck. I see my sister has been running her mouth. That's right. I almost forgot that Aura is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. No matter, she didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there is no evidence to indicate that this person was not the defendant. I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there. In brief, we need to determine if a third person was there or not. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene. Director Cosmos, huh? Very well. Bailiff, please bring the witness to the stand. He's got his scooter. Or, sorry, what are they called? Segways. They're segways, right? Or is that just the brand name? Anyway. Why, I believe I've seen you before in the newspapers. Of course you have, for I am Yuri Cosmos, director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was, of course, named after me, Yuri Cosmos. Don't you have anything you wish to ask me? Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging. 7 years ago, I successfully launched the HAT-1 and... Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even I am trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me. So could you please proceed directly to your important testimony? I see this fine young lad as a proper appreciation of greatness. Then allow me to begin my epochal testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history. That speech of Prosecutor Blackwell's just now, it sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos. I fell on my ass so hard riding one of those. They say it balances for you, but not for me. Oh my god. Yeah, the anals. I didn't say that, though. Oh, yeah, I forgot I was putting chat on for this. Where's my chat window? There it is. Okay. It's probably for the best that it sailed right over the director's head. Now then, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please. I have never ridden on one of those things, by the way, the Segway. I imagine I would fall over too, personally. Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together. We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and Terran lying on the floor. I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck. How are you going to say it's him when you couldn't see their face? That's just rude. It could literally be anyone. I see. So in your testimony you claim you arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge. And just after the victim had been killed. Oh, the horror. Sorry. Oh, the horror, the humanity! But what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. Courageous action to take in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger. Risking my own life for theirs. Wario confirmed, indie villain. Whole case is about to be blown wide open. Well, what do you know? It sounds like the director really cares about his men. Yeah, although it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away. Is the defense ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm probably gonna have to press him and draw out more information before I do anything else. Okay. Let's press this cross-examination. Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together.
Hold it!
Where were you coming from? The 6th floor. We were making sure any stragglers made their way to the 4th floor. It was then that we heard about Starbuck and Terran and hurried to the 3rd floor lounge. Oh, on my galactic scooter here, of course it is a scooter. Space Galactic Scooter! Why do you keep calling it galactic? Does it have something to do with space? Of course, it's specifically designed to be used on galactic spaceships. Battleships. I see. Then I take it it works in 0G, too? Sadly, no, with the current state of technology as it is. I'm afraid it would just float about and be galactically useless. Well, that's a galactic bummer. I see. So you rush to the boarding lounge on your space-age pogo stick. And when you got to the scene, what did you see? Wait, do battleships exist in this universe? So, I mean, we did see in a previous, stream that there was, like, a diorama in the Space Museum that had aliens in it, and I don't know if that was supposed to be a true thing, Or just a decoration. I have no idea. They need space law? Yeah. Get rid of the Dark Age of the Law. It's space law's time. Clearly Metal Slug Alien. Is that supposed to be in the same universe then? Are they in the same universe? We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside.
Hold it!
Let's see. According to this diagram, you didn't have to go through the control room to get to the boarding lounge one. Of course, I said fucking to the boarding lounge one, and there is no the in front of boarding lounge this time. It looks like you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well. Right here. Yes, but in her haste, Detective Arm rushed ahead of me towards the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her. I see. So we peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door, and we saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and Terran lying on the floor.
Hold it!
She must have had an upgraded Super Galactic scooter. Yeah, if he couldn't catch up. So, you couldn't see who that figure was clearly, or what they were doing? Sadly, the only thing I could tell was that it was a person standing motionless. The defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his deed. What other explanation is there? I'm so close, but without evidence, I can't prove that person's the third party. I don't relish in this, and I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck isn't the killer. And if that's true, then there must be a false statement in the director's testimony. Let's press his statements and draw the truth out of him. Didn't I press everything? Did I press this one? Is this the thing I just pressed?
Hold it!
No, okay. I accidentally skipped ahead instead of pressing. Aura Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge. But she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Slapchop! I mean, he does have his blade, right? Did you see this figure's face clearly? No, not clearly. The lighter they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. But other than that, I could see little else. That's why I could see Terran, but I couldn't see who the other person was. So, for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck. Isn't that correct? I would like to believe that. Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
Objection!
When the witness entered the boarding lounge, there was no third person there. Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director? Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Terran were there by that time. After we peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark and then the figure vanished. You mean they disappeared? That's odd.
Objection!
The reason the figure appeared to vanish is because it was the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell into the floor and feigned unconsciousness.
Hold it!
Hold on. Director Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off the scene? Just for a brief instant, about as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by. The defendant can turn invisible. Case closed. We're done! Stream over. Can't solve this one. If you took your eyes off the scene, then this third person could have escaped during that time. But what escape route could this person have used? The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators. Mystery person leaves. C-A-T! Cat! There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible, or yeah, it would have been possible to escape that way.
Objection!
All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? Well... If we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we'd like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon. As long as they don't punish us in the name of said moon for what we've done to it. That's a Sailor Moon reference! That's a Sailor Moon reference! But I say, where's your proof that this quaint kingdom exists? He's calling your theory a work of fiction, boss. And he's right, I don't have any proof yet, still. Sailor Moon is actually very good. Sailor Moon is actually a very good show. The dub is terrible. The actual... Watch it with subtitles. It's very good. The southern door was a possible escape route. I'd better make a mental note of that. I missed the Sailor Moon reference when someone texted me, could you beat Hades again real quick? I can't do that for like, I can't math. Until next Tuesday. Yeah, Hades, I saw! Oh my god, I didn't talk about how excited I am for Mass Effect! Oh my god! I am so excited for a new Mass Effect! And yes, also, like, I'm so proud of Hades. That studio is so good, and they deserve the awards. I wish they won Game of the Year, but alas. It was Last of Us 2, which won every other award as well. The southern door was a possible escape route. I'd better make a mental note of that. Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question? Yes? Why did you look away from the boarding lounge? There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arms saw the figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her. What? You're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure? I imagine her instincts as a detective told her they were the killer. I don't know about that. I wonder what the story's gonna be about. They hardly said anything. Yeah! They definitely hardly said anything, but like, I'm pretty sure it takes place after the events of 3, or at least it sounds like it. Hello there, Sleepy Mareep and Party of 3. Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? I know you were doing some art stuff. I'm gonna do a shout out here. S.O. Sleepy Mareep. Sleepy Mareep is great. Sleepy Mareep is one of my Twitch daughters. And they got me this very good mug. Best mug. And I'm using it. I had some hot chocolate. Anyway, thank you so much for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Hope you made a lot of progress with your drawing. and thank you so much for bringing your community over here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Metroid Crime, and I'm currently playing Ace Attorney, which is a visual novel, court, lawyer, investigation game. It is the 5th game in the series, and we're getting close to the end of the game. So we're pretty far in here. I'm just doing like a little bit of amateur voice acting here. Got one character design done. Nice. Concept drawing. Yeah, I saw you're working on like a bearded dude or something. I briefly got to tune in for like 2 seconds. It looked really good. Okay. Also, Dark, hope you're doing well today. Welcome. Okay. What was the last conversation we just had? Imagine her instincts as a detective told her that they were the killer. I don't know about that. And, were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun? Not doing too bad. How about yourself? Pretty good, pretty good. Doing great. Had some hot chocolate. It was very tasty. Yeah. Oh, also, they announced a new Mass Effect game. There's that, too. I'm really excited about that. I was just talking about that, right before the raid. I'm very excited for new Mass Effect. It doesn't even have a game title yet. But I'm excited. Okay, I am afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly, and then she fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure. This information about Detective Arm's actions sounds critically important. Please add it to your testimony. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots at the figure. We're gonna press that. See what's going on here. And neither of these 2 shots hit the culprit. That is correct. The detective appears to have missed on purpose. We found one of those bullets. We don't know where the other bullet is, I think, though. Right? Yeah. Although one might have gone into here. We'll find out, I'm sure. Arm is dead. Yeah, she got killed in the explosion. The explosion literally went off right beside her. So yeah, she... Although, no, her body wasn't, like, blown up, though. She looked pretty badly hurt, though. She had time to finish writing something on the ground, though. But yeah, it was during the courtroom bombing that she got, taken out. Probably for reasons related to this case, I'm guessing. What a time to come in! Yeah! I'm just recapping! This is a game about murder, after all. Welcome in, Chelsea. That would have been a good gag if we found her arm, but no. Didn't happen. The game didn't want to get that dark. Okay. But did she really? There's something about this that bothers me. So Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, did she? That's the first time that info has come out. I wonder if I can find any inconsistencies. Yeah, probably. Hold on, I'm gonna present a bullet. Let me go back to that statement. Do I want to present the bullet or the glass?
Objection!
You know, get some food, have a great stream, Twitch Dad. Oh, thank you, Mareep. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy your food, and thank you again so much for the raid. Are you... Hold on. 1 second. Yes, okay. Objection! We just presented the bullet hole. Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing? What? Uh-oh. 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 I don't like this. You doubt my words? Words that will someday be written down in history books? Somehow, I don't think that those exact words will ever be written down in any history books. I've only seen older versions of these games, so I was like, whoa, he moved. Yeah, this one is very weird, especially like, this is, Ace Attorney 5? This is 5. This is the first one that had like fully animated scenes, and it's nuts. It's crazy. Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so that we can all understand? You say that Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, and yet only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene. What? Only 1 bullet hole means that the gun was only fired once. And yet Director Cosmos is saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor would allow such a glaring contradiction into a history book.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true. We confirm that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Objection!
But there was only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where did the other bullet hole vanish to? Chelsea, you like the finger wag when he does... Hold on, is he gonna do it again? No, he's not. Damn it. The hawk is also very good. Where did the other bullet hole vanish to? Ah! You should know the answer to that already. I should? During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? Well, it appears that the thing that ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet that was found near the tank, to be precise. This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun, the same caliber as the detective's gun. What? Okay, so someone hit the oxygen tank. Okay, so she hit the oxygen tank and the... Don't we have another bullet in inventory? Is this the same bullet? Thank you, Taka. The rifling marks also match up. That hawk is way too cool for Blackwell. There's no question that the bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun. Okay, hold. I want to check the court record in a second. Oh, yep, rifling marks. We've got rifling marks again. There's 2 bullets, yes. Okay. We haven't told anyone about this because I think we're the only ones who found it. Rifling marks. They're like a gun's fingerprints on a bullet, correct? And examining the rifling marks on a bullet can tell us the gun it was fired from. One of the bullets the detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. I think it's clear that Blackwell is the servant of the hawk, yes. Brains of the entire operation, yeah. My beautiful contradiction! Gone! All gone! So that bullet hole was from a .38 caliber, huh? I'd better update the record. Okay. Probably gonna need to present that very soon. Very good. Now we know the fate of both of the shots Detective Arm fired. Mr. Wright, does that clear up all of your questions? Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display and the other hit the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything about what happened at the scene? I don't think it does. Lawyer Misty. I like that. I definitely see that. Athena's kind of the best. Athena's kind of awesome. Very good lawyer. She's new though. She's new this game, so she's just learning. No, Your Honor, it doesn't.
I have popped in to say hi and good night and to tell you I am still plotting my revenge. You will slip up Metroid crime. You will deprive a child of shoes one winter. Also, good night.
Plum, you're the best. Have a wonderful night. It's very late there. Go to sleep immediately. Immediately! Have a wonderful night. No, Your Honor, it doesn't. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun. Just one winter, yeah, just this winter. Actually, it might be next winter. Oh god, okay, hold on, I need some water. They get them back next year, then they can really appreciate them, yeah. But that doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. Oh? Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene? The bullet? Oh, these are different bullets. This is definitely a bigger bullet, right? Or is it a smaller bullet? How does it work? Is it the opposite of what it... I'm pretty sure I have to present this.
Take that!
Which winter? I'm pretty sure he means the season. Although it is capitalized. And what is this metal pellet supposed to be? Just a little something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor. Now we're throwing that on Wintermute. You found it where? In a floor gutter at the crime scene. It looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a 10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than one of Detective Arm's 38 calibers. Then that means... That means there's another fucking person there! Exactly! One more person must have been there in the lounge. A third person who had a gun that could have fired 10 caliber bullets. Bullets don't match! They don't match! And if that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. This third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. Yeah, 2 guns, 2 different guns! And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? Ha ha ha! It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us! What's this now? I like how he probably has to pivot that galactic scooter in order to do, like, like I'm doing my chair right now. Ah! What? You never breathed a word of any of this to me before. Ah! Haha, well, all great men have a secret or two, don't you know? Foolish old geezer. So Director Cosmos really has been hiding the presence of a third person all along? That's suspicious as fuck! Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw. You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom, you are just another witness. You won't receive special treatment here. Now, please give an accurate testimony. You stop fucking lying! Detective Arm and I rushed to the control room together. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and Terran on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. Miserable piles of secrets? Yep. I'm so glad I got to play Symphony of the Night for the first time earlier this year. I really liked that game a lot. It was really good. Even if I was getting fucked around by crowd control. Given that there was no third person in the lounge when the witness entered it, does this mean the person who fired the gun had to have been the defendant? Do I miss the library teleports? No. That is a part I don't miss about that game. Especially when you're in the fucking flipped castle and you get teleported to the non-flipped library and it breaks your game. You're very bad at the game. Fuck you, Spoons! God damn it. Rude. Yep, it sure was. It sure was a very good troll. Uh-huh. Not necessarily. It's still possible that it was someone else. Most likely as soon as Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock. Cat!
Objection.
You're no bitterness in your voice at all. Yeah, definitely not. Who would do that to you? I wonder, Spoons. Who? Who? Yeah, it does seem pretty evil, right? Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. Mishandle one and it is you who is cut down. Don't fucking touch swords. Don't fucking touch swords. Huh? Your reasoning could apply if Spaceboy were the killer as well. Think about it. After being discovered, he could have fired the 10 caliber gun. Detective Arm would have responded by firing 2 warning shots. All he had to do was feign unconsciousness to invent the possibility of a third person.
Objection!
Sword Toucher 69. But Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by the police. I need you to stop enlarging yourself? Really? I haven't even... Did you know I have the ability to do this? Even further beyond. Nor has a gun been found at the crime scene. Its absence can only be explained if there was a third party who took it with them.
Objection!
You should learn yourself more, actually. I don't know, actually, if I can... I think that might be the furthest I can enlarge myself, unless I had a different... I'd have to set up a new filter for that. Hey, Radnix! How are you doing today? Or how are you doing tonight, rather? Welcome back. Recall the existence of a trash chute in the boarding lounge. The defendant could have simply thrown the gun down the chute.
Objection!
But you can't... There we go, the finger wag. Doing good, just got home from the grocery store. I hate going there. Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine that's fun at all. Ugh. But you can't deny the possibility of a third person leaving with the weapon.
Objection!
It's up to you to prove that possibility. And I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence. What evidence? Why, the detonator switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally. The most compelling evidence of all that tells us that he is the culprit. That doesn't seem like surefire evidence and proof. Like, literally anyone could have put that in his pocket at literally any time. Ah! I did forget about that. Look, your baldness, how deliciously obvious it is that they lack the evidence to rival mine. Wow, he sliced our third-person theory to ribbons and just served it to us, just like that. Yes, well, I have a question of my own, actually. That bullet that the mysterious figure shot, what did it hit exactly? It hit me. So, does that mean you're a ghost? I was wondering when you would realize it, your baldness. Director Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can even pass through walls. Ah!
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackquill, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman. Your baldness, it was all in jest. Please show yourself again. Are you sure? In that case. How did you manage to survive being shot, Director Cosmos? Aha! I'm glad you asked. Are you accusing the anime video game of not having airtight real-world logic? Yes. Yes, I am. Come on, Apollo! I hope he saves us. His Mario stars made him invincible? Yeah, definitely. I can't believe I never noticed that before. It's so good. It was a miracle befitting of a great history-making figure such as myself. The bullet hit my glorious Medal of Honor, whereby it ricocheted, thus saving my life. What? Oh, sorry, wrong way. No, my hand! Not enough frame! That's unbelievable. I had to check this out. Oh, wow. Look at that. There's one extra GYAXA star. The odds are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle. A space miracle? It's beginning to feel like the Cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos. But why did you conceal this information, Director Cosmos? A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts. It is the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand. I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding? Let's just cross-examine him and see what we can find out. Now then, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Okay. What I really saw at the scene. Smell a widget coming on, maybe. We gotta figure out the truth and piece things together. Detective Arm and I rushed to the control room together.
Hold it!
We've already heard all about that part. Don't you have any new information for us? Well, let's see. I need something to play on my Switch while I'm watching you on my TV. Have you played Hades? Hades is really good. It won a whole bunch of awards today. It's out on Switch. Oh, it's on your PC. Oh, man. I ended up buying it for Switch as well as my PC. Tetris 99? Could dig into some of the classics that they have through the Nintendo Online stuff. If you have an hour or two, I could tell you about the HAT1 miracle.
Hold it!
82. Shut up! Shut up, Uchi. I'm not gonna be tricked into looking at robot ass again. We already know all about that too. Tell us something about, something related to this incident. I see. You want to know about incidents. I need to be tricked. I wasn't expecting it, that's all. I was told the robot had a huge booty, but then I saw it and I was like, yeah, that robot has a huge booty. For a robot. Well then, let me tell you about the many incidents that made me the man I am today. Yes, if you have time, I will tell you all about the upbringings of this great man.
Hold it!
You've told us all about that already as well. What we need now is your testimony. Did I really already tell you all about my upbringing? I don't recall doing so. Director Cosmos, perhaps you could save your boastful tales for later. If I must. Well, we peeked in through the control room door and... in the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and Terran on the floor.
Hold it!
But it was so dark you couldn't see this figure's face, isn't that right? Oh my god! Hey! What the fun man?! Hello! 9 fucking months! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the resub. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the resub. Robots? I haven't seen robots. Good. I like that we're having a conversation about thick robots. Thick robot butt. Yes, the room was as deep and dark as outer space itself. Speaking of outer space, during the HAT1 launch 7 years ago. If it's about that HAT1 miracle again, you can saw it off and tell it to a stray mutt. Excellent idea. No reason why the animal world shouldn't hear of my greatness. Sorry, I did it again. This always happens when I show up. God damn it. Been a while and been busy with work. I hope you're well. I am doing well. I hope work's going well with the fun man. Hope you're doing good. And so they shall, but first, your testimony. What happened next? Just fucking tell me about what happened and stop talking about yourself, Cosmos. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us.
Hold it!
So, in other words, you were fired at while you were at the control room door? That is correct. There's something not quite right about that. Oh, is it because of where the hologram? The hologram got hit with a .38? Yeah, it was. Okay. The hologram's not over there. Director Cosmos, the bullet this person fired hit you, right? Yes, it was a miracle. A miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. Yeah, because it would have gotten fired, like, at this... You guys can't see my mouse. the curve there. Which means it would have been C or A that fired it out into here, but whatever, okay. Well, I'm sure we'll get there. The bullet the figure fired hit me while I was in the control room. You don't say point, okay. I wasn't sure, I was reading it, and I was like, wait. I don't think you're supposed to be reading the point. But as the Cosmos would have it, the bullet bounced off my glorious Medal of Honor. In that case, the bullet should have wound up somewhere around the control room door. Okay, so Director Cosmos was in the control room to the east. And while he was there, he was shot at by someone with a 10 caliber gun. But the bullet hit his medal, so he was able to escape with his life. He's a very lucky man. No wonder people think he's great. Hey, I'm pretty lucky myself, so if he's a great man, then I'm the king of all cosmos. Is that a Katamari reference? Still in the control room when the... Okay, so I think... Yeah, Phoenix does hate this guy. He's sick of his shit. Which bullet am I presenting? Is it this one? No, it's the other one, right? Because it wasn't... They found it along the south wall.
Objection!
Director Cosmos, I believe you are telling this great court a glorious lie. A great man like me tell a lie? Have you ever heard of such a thing in all of history? Oh my god. Hey, Chelsea, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Sci-Ferret. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. So many subs today. Lots of resubs too as well. Makes me so happy. Thank you all. Celebrating finishing your finals? Oh hell yeah, that's fucking awesome. Congrats. Yeah, 9 out of 5 subs. My accusation is based on the positions of the people who were in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and Detective Arm were near the control room door, and the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position, then the bullet would have traveled in this direction. Are you gonna show the diagram? Yes. However, we found the 10 caliber bullet here. By the south. Oh. This trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Director Cosmos, where were you really when you were being shot at? Ah! Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round.
Objection!
Indie villain. That's what happened to me.
No! Oh no! Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. That sounds kind of sickening, actually. Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bullet hit his medal. Of this, there is no mistake.
Objection!
But in that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room. Are you trying to say that you can explain this inconsistency? Of course. What can you- what? I didn't think so. What? Oh, great Director Cosmos. Yes? Is there something you'd like me to expound upon? Expand upon words! You were in fact not in the control room to the east, were you? You were looking into the lounge from the door to the south, is that not right? Ah! What are you getting at? Use your own brain. Your head must have some use other than housing that bird's nest. Bird's nest? Wait. Blackwell literally has a bird hanging out by his hair. Why does everyone pick on my hair? Director Cosmos and the detective witnessed the scene from the southern door. The killer fired at them there, and that is why the bullet was found in the south. Ah, that makes some sense, actually. Also, the witness being at the southern door is rather favorable for the prosecution. Huh? I've got a bad feeling about this. How about it, Director? If you don't tell the truth this time... Yikes! His handcuffs! You will become but rust upon my sword. I relish the chance to cut down a great man. Oh, all right, I'll tell the truth. Just put your sword away. You are correct. I, the great Yuri Cosmos, was looking into the room from the southern door. What? That's the complete opposite of all the testimony he's given so far. And now you've lost your possibility that a third person was in the room. I have? How? And the director and the detective were near the southern door. Meaning the killer couldn't have escaped through there. The western door required print recognition. The corridor beyond was filled with smoke. The only escape route left was the eastern door control room. Eastern control room door. Sorry. And the only way to get through there was with Director Cosmos' fingerprints. In short, there would be no escape for any third person had there been one. Oh! No! My third person just disappeared, like in one of Trucy's magic tricks! Oh, man. Order! Order in the court! Director Cosmos, why did you tell such an outrageous lie? Again. Again! Again! You were covering for the defendant, isn't that right? Yes, it was all for the love of my men. If I said I was in the eastern control room, it would mean the culprit could have escaped through the southern door. Couldn't he just gone to the control room? Okay, whatever. It would have it would have meant that there could have been a third person. All I wanted to do was to protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person. What a convoluted lie. Was he really covering for the defendant? Yeah, he seems guilty as all fuck. It looks like we've come to a conclusion. That the defense's argument and the possibility of a third person has crumbled. No! It's over. Yikes. The judge is about to hand down his verdict. Think, Phoenix, think. This is the perfect time to try and turn my thinking around. Turnabout! If a third person had no way of escaping the scene, then what if one of the people at the scene was this third person? Wait! What if the whole premise is all wrong? Director Cosmos said that he and Detective Arm rushed to the scene together. But what if the premise isn't true? What if one of them reached the scene before the other one? And if that person entered the lounge, then they would be the third person. The defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot at the director. There doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. I will now render my verdict.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. There is still one possibility. Oh, this had better be good, Mr. Wright. There is one and only one person who could have escaped from the scene. And that person would be the first person who arrived on the scene. Then, upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came via the southern door. That's why the first person fled from the room, using an escape route that was accessible only to them. Very well, let's hear more about this theory. Who is this one person who could have escaped from the boarding lounge? Is it Yuri Cosmos? He's the only one who had a fingerprint detector pass.
Take that!
His fingerprints were the pass. What? But that's... Mr. Wright, what are you claiming here? Of all the people who were at the scene, only the witness could have escaped. The director is the only one with the authority to open the control room door, after all. But that means... Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness. Director Yuri Cosmos. Ah! What? What? Order! Order in the court, I say! Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself in more detail. I assert that Director Cosmos arrived at the scene before Detective Arm, and entered the boarding lounge alone. Detective Arm arrived after that, and saw a suspicious figure who was actually Director Cosmos standing in the lounge. And that's why she fired those 2 warning shots. Ah! I've been hit! I've been hit on the starboard side! Captain Wright! It's a direct hit on the enemy ship, sir! A magnificent shot! Warning shots fired from the enemy ship! Prepare to intercept! Blackwell's like, fucking cut this shit out! Cosmos, you have told a lie in this court. Once again. I've been hit! I've been hit on the port side! The enemy has called in reinforcements! Earth to Cosmos Control Center, requesting permission to ask that you return to reality. But my ship will not go down to anything less than the ultimate weapon of evidence.
Objection!
But I do have evidence. In fact, you could say that your battleship bears its scar. Ugh. If Director Cosmos is the third person that Aura Blackquill saw, this third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? Ah ha ha! It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. Director Cosmos must have been the one who fired the 10 caliber gun. When Detective Arm discovered him in the lounge, it only makes sense that he would have turned and shot at her. Therefore, the evidence on the director's body is of a different kind of relevance than before. Once we compare it against another piece of evidence, the mark that you received from the third party will be all the proof we need. To prove that you were the one there in the lounge. Brace for further impact! Comparison against this piece of evidence will prove that you were the one in the lounge. Are we checking the bullet from Arm's gun? Yes. I think this is the bullet. This is the one that would have hit his metal, right? Same evidence, but turned about. Yes. Yes, indeed. The .38 caliber bullet found on the floor at the scene didn't hit the oxygen tank. It hit Director Cosmos' metal. If we have that ricochet mark on the metal analyzed, I'm sure the caliber will match up. And if that mark proves to be from a .38 caliber bullet, it will prove that you are the third person we've been looking for. Ah! The bridge is destroyed! Losing altitude! All hands abandon ship! If that's true, then what about the bullet that hit the oxygen tank? It was the 10 caliber bullet. In other words, it was the bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Isn't that right, Director? No! You've got it all wrong! What? The engines have started again? It's a miracle! I'm not going down yet. Witness, stop this at once and confess the truth. If you don't want the history books to say that a great man was a great liar, then accept your fate and tell us the truth! Like, for once! Are you giving me orders? Me? The great director of the Cosmos Space Center? Ah! But the cosmos revolves around me! Ah! Somebody get me off this thing! Order. Order in the court. And will someone please stop the witness from spinning? Very dizzy. Cosmos and I are basically the same if we're on a Segway. Spinning infinitely into space! Phew. Thank goodness we were able to stop him from spinning off the face of the earth. Well, he was twirling. I took the liberty of running an analysis on the mark on the metal. It was made by a .38 caliber bullet, matching with the size of Detective Arm's firearm. Ah. Are you ready to confess the truth, witness? No, you've got it all wrong! This is just a misunderstanding. Is he gonna start piling on more lies? It looks like it. But no matter how many lies he tells, I'll just expose them one by one. I'll make that big liar tell the truth. Is this a to be continued? Save game, yes. Okay. Wasn't letting you enter anything earlier. That's super weird. Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you can type again. He's into Street Fighter Dizzy animation, yeah. Time to take him out. Let's see. I think that we can do the next stream tonight as well. We might end up going like half an hour over what we normally do, but I think that we should be okay to finish the next part of this tonight. Okay. He's already going to prison because of perjury. Yeah. I mean, literally everyone who comes through this court system should be guilty of perjury. Because they're literally always lying. Anyway, I will be right back, everyone. Please go grab some water, go grab a snack, go do a stretch, and, yeah, I'll see you very soon. Hello, I'm back. Uchi, please tell me about the meaning of the word perfunctory. I would like to know. I do not know. I'm not familiar with that word. Oh, I was so thirsty. I'm basically done in a routine and meaningless way. Cool. I learned something. Okay, Cosmic Turnabout. Day 2 of trial. This is the same one except turned about. Oh wait, sorry, that was a save. No, just continue. There we go. Okay. Okay. Fun stand-in for going through the motions, essentially, but fun to say out loud with your mouth hole. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Going through the motions. Perfunctory. It's a good word. Director Cosmos. A new possibility has been presented by the defense. They are claiming that you were this third person. He's still knocked out. He's still dizzy from the Segway! Ah, forgive me, I'm so sorry. So the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulous cur. You finish him? I have one question for the likes of you. Shall I send you off quickly or very quickly? Giving someone a perfunctory gift, for example, means you had to do it and there was no real affection or thoughtfulness to it. Ah. Cool. I'm glad I learned about this new word. Also, hey there, Joan. I hope you're doing great today. The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos, so don't try to talk your way out of this. But fine, I'll tell the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true that I was there in the boarding lounge. I got there before Detective Arm, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. Then I went past the elevators and all the way around to boarding lounge 1 again. What a fucking asshole. He just, like, completely... Okay, whatever. I came up behind Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene. What a troublesome old man you are with such convoluted deeds and thoughts. I see. So then... Are you still insisting that you did not kill the victim? Of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer. The great Yuri Cosmos was a history-making witness.
Hold it!
Now hold on, just one moment. We'd already proved, like, a few minutes ago, that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Aura Blackwell saw was you. No, it wasn't me. I saw the person as well. If I were the killer, why would I lie to cover for Starbuck? I would just leave him to take the fall. I have a piece of hair somewhere. Like one random piece of hair. I can feel it. On my face. Hope you're doing well also. I am doing great. Thank you. Aside from this one piece of hair, do you need scissors? No, I'm okay. I can't find the piece of hair to even cut it if I needed scissors. That is an excellent point. All I wanted to do was to protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person. Well, it makes some sense if he told those lies to cover for Mr. Starbuck. Still, a lie's a lie, Athena. So, Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit, but where is the proof? I just remembered. I have an alibi. Miss Blackwell said that she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct? Yes, and... Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you'd like, they'll corroborate me. The director is not fibbing to the court, for once. I confirm that he has an alibi for the time specified. But then wait. Oh, were there 2 different murder scenes staged? Oh my god. Okay. So you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 a.m. And that you arrived at the lounge. Oh my god. One was space murder, the other one wasn't. Okay, got it. Got it. And that you arrived at the lounge after that? Yes, and I believe the person I saw is the same person that Miss Blackwell saw. Although it was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure and less of a person. And I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an Earthling. More evidence that there might be aliens in this universe. Also, I understand your JoJo sound effects now. Yeah! Yeah, you do! Now you're caught up. I don't think there's any sound effects from any other series in there. Just up to the end of season 2. As long as he has an alibi. Yeah, JoJo. I love JoJo. We can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer. No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to yet. I've only watched season 3. Okay, that's interesting. That's a very different season. It's a very different season. That's an interesting season to start at. I feel like it's its own, like, self-contained story enough that, yeah. Oh, watched up to 3 seasons. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. I thought you said you only saw 3, and I was like, oh, okay, that's an interesting choice. What if the astronauts go into space? Are they not aliens from someone else's perspective? God damn it. No, it's okay. It's okay, Cyferret. I have heard of people doing that. I have heard of people only, like, watching, like, the 3rd season to start, and then, like, liking it, and then going back and watching the rest. I know it's a thing that happens. I wonder if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck. Your Honor, the defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw. Very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please. Here we go. How much of this testimony is going to be false? What I really witnessed. Good. As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I hid to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door and, well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer. Okay. So you were shot at by the killer as well, and then they disappeared? Yes, though luckily no harm came to my glorious body. This glorious body! Unfortunately, the victim hit Terran's oxygen tank. I know because I heard a pang! That must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured. Wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal. That was Detective Arm's bullet, remember? Right, what a mess this is turning into. So let's see. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit shot a 10 caliber bullet at him. Right, but it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen tank and ruptured it. And then the killer disappeared, and the director went into the boarding lounge. When Detective Arm caught up and fired those warning shots at him. Judging by his medal, it looks like one of them almost took him out, too. Good summary, but that doesn't explain where a mystery killer went. at the narcissism. It was yuck indeed. What I really witnessed is the testimony equivalent of, yep, actual final, 1, 2, 1A, 2A, 2B. Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared. I'm ashamed to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeped back into the lounge, the real killer was gone. I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate, but what I found was Terran with a knife in his chest and Starbuck out cold on the floor. So if we have a culprit who vanished from a scene that had no escape route. Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence.
Huh. A riddle of the ages indeed. But I'd rather know how a fibbing leech such as you can be lauded as great. A great man is always misunderstood in his own time. But he must remain true to himself even if those around him don't understand. Wow, that might be the first true statement he's said all day. But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly? Simple. Because it was Spaceboy himself. When he was spotted by the director and Aura, he quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. I want to raise an objection, but I don't have any counter evidence. Director Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor? No, because it was as dark as a black hole in there. Probably not as dark as a black hole, to be honest. Like, no comparison there. Black hole of the law. God damn it. I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room. That wasn't exactly helpful. I am prepared to accept your surrender, right, Dono? I can't find any holes in this testimony, but I can't give up. Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help? Huh? While the director was giving his testimony, I detected a cacophony of discord. Which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? Hold on, I have to sneeze. Maybe not anymore. Okay, hi. Cacophony of Discord was my favorite Castlevania. Yep, this definitely sounds like a Castlevania game. This might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That'd be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him. You got it, boss. I wouldn't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind. Yuri Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me! Widget! Okay. As I tried to enter the lounge... Inside, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. Okay. Those seem like fine emotions to feel. I hid to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin... Why? Why does he not have any... Okay. No reaction at all. I was near the elevator's side door. And, well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room should have been shut tight to the killer. Yeah, I think he just rides that thing around everywhere. I'm gonna say this is suspicious. Can we say a lack of emotion? I think we can do that. I imagine that he might be a little bit surprised by someone vanishing into thin air.
Got it.
Possibly. You must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air. I did. That kind of thing doesn't happen usually. And yet, at that time, you barely registered any shock at the occurrence. What? Why are you? Ugh. I can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. Human Segway hybrid. You must have a good idea of where they went, isn't that right? What? No. Of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launch pad door was filled with smoke, making it impassable. And as for the southern door... I was standing right there! So there was nowhere for the killer to run to. Maybe, or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Taryn, yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip through the southern door? That's a fucking tongue twister. I highly doubt it, as you recall, right after I entered the lounge. Detective Arm came rushing towards it herself via the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her. And yet the director wasn't surprised that the killer vanished. So you're absolutely sure that there was no escape route for the culprit to use. Ugh. It's working, boss! One more punch and it'll be a knockout! There seems to be one more emotion that's at odds with his testimony. Go get him! Okay, back in the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory. Back into the Matrix. As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside... Okay, what changed? Has anything changed? I hid to avoid being shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air. Okay. Near the elevator side door. Launch pad 1 door. Is this a weird emotion? Is this kind of seems like it might be a weird reaction to the scene Launchpad 1 door. You can try it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the Launchpad door. Yeah, I'm not sure a door has ever made me sad. Yeah. The great Yuri Cosmos, afraid? I like that the elevator has a robot icon to go with the human icon, yeah. And what basis do you have for that outlandish accusation? Whether I have any basis or not, you seem quite distressed by it. Definitely, he is definitely in distress. I'm most certainly not. Director Cosmos, there's something about the Launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there? Ah! Wow, he's speechless. It looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. Ugh. I'll just input those 2 pieces of data and... Yes! Just what I wanted to see. 70%. Okay. Presto changeo! Less Discord. It looks like we're on the right track. Thanks, Athena. Now to make sense of what we've learned. Director Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge. Which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Was it that fucking door? Furthermore, talking about the door to the Launchpad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the Launchpad 1 door. When we put these 2 pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Director Cosmos, did the real killer escape through here? Am I presenting the Launchpad 1 corridor? Should I present the door? Or should I present the corridor itself? I'm gonna do this and hope this is the right... I'm gonna save. I never know with these games which pixel I have to point at. Let's try this. The culprit went through the Launchpad 1 door to escape, didn't they? Risky clicks, yeah. The pixel on the border. Yes, I mean no! Disaster to starboard! We're going to crash into an asteroid! A master tactician, you are not. But the area beyond that door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? True, but this is still the only logical answer there is. I seem to remember something from last stream where they were like, oh, it was Ponko. Ponko was like, the space station rotates around, right? That's totally a thing, isn't it? It can exchange with the Space Museum. Do we have evidence that says that? We do not. We don't. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing that... I'm wondering if Yuri... Okay, I think... I honestly... Okay, I'm talking like 100% truthful. I do not remember how this case goes. So when I'm making this guess, I'm just like guessing. But I do remember that thing about the rotating thing. So it's possible that whoever escaped went to the museum rather than to the launch pad. And maybe it's possible that like Yuri went... He did go to the control room. He could have swapped it around. And that's why he's sad about it. Let's see. If we can just figure out what the director is hiding about the Launchpad 1 door, we should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies. But that door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Terran, and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock, do you? That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past that security lock. Yeah, he could have accidentally let him in, also. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. I propose that the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock. It's gotta be Yuri, right? Or, wait, no, because... Yuri technically should have been in the other room. Whoever it was did have Solomon Starbucks there. It could either be, like, he could have used Terran's dead body's fingerprints, or his knocked out fingerprints to get through. Wait, whose glove was off? Whose glove was off? Shit. Does anyone remember? Oh, man. I can't switch over to the evidence right now. Was it Starbucks' glove whose was off? I'm gonna take a guess, and we're gonna say this.
Take that!
That's... Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device's screen. Ah! It looks like he does have something to hide about the Launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it? Huh? Oh, yeah, by all means. There's a security camera in boarding lounge 1. Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor? If the true culprit escaped into the Launchpad 1 corridor, then that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then, the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic? I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness. I beg your pardon? Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point, we're gonna get jump scared. Eh. Oh my, the footage cuts off. The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens. And I thought it was such a good idea, too. Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, doesn't mean you should try to show off too much grandpa baldness. Hey there, Jonathan Ray. Welcome. Hello. I hope you're doing well tonight. Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild? I think his grandchild just learned a little bit about the harshness of the adult world. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge? If I must. More emotions! More widget! I hid to avoid getting shot. Okay. After the killer vanished, I went into the lounge. But that's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator side door. And then the detective shot at me.
Jonathan Ray 23. Who wants to explore a ghost ship with me? I was watching ghost ship videos and a disclaimer that said don't explore ghost ships, and now I want to defy the will of the disclaimer.
You should go look for some ghost ships. I will not join you on that because I fucking hate ghosts. I hate ghosts. Ghost stuff is too spooky for me. Ghost ship. Woo. Hold on. Detective shot at me. That's when she appeared. Okay, so he was surprised there. I don't know what the unexpected emotion is here. Yeah, okay. He was sad because the killer vanished. Detective Arm comes in and he's shocked. He's like, what the fuck? And then she shoots him, and of course he's sad and angry. He's probably, I mean, also shocked, right? It is a lot of surprise. That's 2 surprise in a row. Like, I know he'd be surprised here. Like, obviously. But he's still surprised here. Kenny just woke up and started telling you a story? Oh. She's done that a few times. It's super weird. Was it a good story? Director Cosmos. Why were you so surprised when Detective Arm found you? And again, when she fired. Oh yeah, that is it. Okay, cool. Isn't that a bit unnatural? That seems like a stretch, but I'll whatever. This is an Ace Attorney game. Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion. Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by. Pardon me? First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were of course again surprised when she shot at you. But, considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprised reaction is the fact that you were... more surprised when she came in than when he got fucking shot by her?
Jonathan Ray 23. Look at this guy dressed as a Navy Admiral but is really a mall cop riding a Segway looking like a MFer.
He's actually the director of the space station, though. So, we think that his legs might be fused to that Segway. I'm gonna say it's more surprised when Arm came. He was surprised when she came. That normally doesn't happen with him. Good joke. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you. But the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. Ugh! The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than being shot at? That's suspicious as fuck! Suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was that you were doing there. The enemy has acquired a new weapon! Commence operation hide under your desk! Ah! Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. Oh, he's still fucking lying. Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean... he really is hiding something about that launch pad door. And whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. I wonder what it could be. If he was doing something suspicious around that door... maybe we can spot some change between, before he came to the room and after. Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Let's see. This is footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived. And this is how the door looked after the director entered the lounge. Hey, look at that. There is a change. Something's definitely different. Director Cosmos. What is it? What have you two been up to over there? Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arm found you. That's what. And that answer lies clearly in this footage. All we have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation. It's closed now? Yeah. Don't be ridiculous. If you really have to do an answer... if you really do have an answer, you'd have pointed it out already. He's asking for it. This is what changed directly after the incident. What am I pointing at? Is it this? What are we comparing it to? Like, we can't see the symbol on the door, right? What else? There's this knob here, there's the fingerprint sensor. This is on this side. I know the other one has it on the opposite side, right? That's this. Like, I mean, this is different. This knob is turned in a different position. Could that be the mechanism that switches the... launch pad doors around, possibly? Or is it, like, it could also be something to do with this fucking thing, but I feel like it's not the oxygen tank and rather, like, the building itself. I'm gonna try this.
Take that!
The answer is this knob. Okay. Ah! That's... Your Honor, please take a look at this footage. Let's see. Take a look at the knob next to the launch pad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. Yes, it is, isn't it? However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical. And what does this mean? It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. Same Space Center, but turned around. Yeah, it is. Turnabout. After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob on the door? Ah, fine. I admit it. You're right. I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions. So I wanted to move the launch pad away. You wanted to do what? I'll be the roundabout. Did you turn about the knob? Yep. Hey, didn't Ponko tell us something about how they prepare for launch? She said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site.
I have a plans. Art crime how be ye?
Hey there, Plans. I hope you're doing well tonight. I hope your work was good. Welcome. But the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first. I guess that clears up what this knob is for. Oh, so if the killer escaped into the Launchpad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launch pad to the launch site? I don't think so. The Launchpad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor. So then where did the killer escape to? I guess there are still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail. Fine, but listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony. Are you really? I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. Okay. Why is he happy about that? I feared there might be more explosions, so I had to cut the launch pad loose. Surely the only escape the killer had was through Launchpad 1. But that area was a sea of smoke. Confound it! Where on earth could they have gone? Okay. Hold on. We're gonna go back to the first statement, because this happiness here is very weird. It was good 2 girls were flirting with me, super awkward for the guy they came with. That sounds fun.
Got it.
I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet, when you did it, you felt some joy as if you were very pleased with yourself. Ah, how do you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there? Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology. So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we've discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some sort of hidden agenda. Ah! How do you know about that, too? Excuse me, what? Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing. But you have no proof that I had a hidden agenda. And even if I did, I would never ever tell you, so there. I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake. And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Silence.
Oh, I see. I see plans. I get that. You, a man of integrity? Don't make me laugh. Prosecutor Blackwell? What came over him all of a sudden? Yeah, he had a really, his voice was really high there for a second. You've spouted nothing but falsities since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest barefaced liar in honor. Yeah, who has lied 33 times today in a murder trial, I like that him revving his Segway implies it runs on an internal combustion engine. Yeah. Liar! His words bite harder than his blade. You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosions. My, how naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend. And here's a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing, Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge 1 side. The police confirmed this on scene. Oh. What? Liar! So that means the director didn't move the launch pad? God damn it. I was wrong! It didn't happen! Unless there's something else going on. There could be false evidence. This is the dark age of the law. Curse my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let us leave him to indulge his lies and war games to his heart's content. The liar!
Objection!
But it doesn't make sense. You can't deny that someone turned that knob. And once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we might just find where the killer escaped to. Ah! Fuck the police. You're sure it must have went somewhere? We might, just might, find out. Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing, and wishful thinking. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough to, boy? Ah! Haha, talk about hitting below the belt. Yeah, youngins these days. I don't understand it. I'm sure Director Cosmos must have moved the launch pad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the lounge. But the launch pad is right where it's supposed to be. Ah!
Jonathan Ray 23. Is crime the one on trial for killing a bunch of Space Camp cadets?
No, it's not me! I didn't kill anyone this time! This time! Wait a minute. Maybe I have it all backwards. Turnabout. 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 What if the director turned the knob, not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be? Or what are you blathering about? What if the launch pad was at the launch site before the incident? And then after the incident, Director Cosmos moved it back to its usual spot. All he had to do was turn up the knob to call the launch pad back. And it would be right where the police found it. Ah! Are you saying that your evidence goes to school in Canada?
I have a plans. Oh, how the turns have tables.
Oh, how the turns have tables. No, I haven't heard anything about the campaign today, at least. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Hold on. You made him sigh like Mr. Starbuck. Was what I said really that off base? It pains me to have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you. However, our great liar turned the knob only after he discovered the crime scene. Indeed, the pad existed
Jonathan
beyond
Ray,
the lounge
23.
when our Astro
Oh, how
Wanderers
the
made their
turns have
escape.
tables that turn into turntables.
A fact that has been recorded for posterity on filmless film. Oh, right. So, to reiterate. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is, boy. Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus! We know the launch pad must have been moved. And our deductions, but our deductions and the actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction to each other. Well, maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. This footage could be fake, taken with body doubles after the incident or something. I feel like the desks or podiums or whatever these boys put their hands on must be made out of titanium or something, and even so it seems like they would have pounded... they would have been pounded hundreds of meters below the surface of the Earth, yes. I am always very tempted, when I'm doing the voice acting for this, to smack my own table. But it's a really bad idea, and it's gonna, like, sound awful, and so I always have to, like, I always, like, stop short, and I'm like, nope, don't do that. This footage could be fake, taken with body doubles or something after the incident. On second thought, that's too far-fetched even for me. Anything's possible in the dark age of the law! Never actually boarded the rocket. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe. Huh? Why did what? That was the weirdest audio cut I have ever heard in this game. I feel like something went wrong there. Also get into semantic arguments about podiums versus lecterns. Oh my god. Prosecutor Blackwell, what if I told you that the two astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went into another place? And what if when the director moved Launch Pad 1 back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? Cut the existential bull or I'll cut you. Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself at once. I know I'm right. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well. Your Honor, let me explain. Director Cosmos' reason for moving Launchpad 1 was... to switch it with another place? I am under the... I think that he was trying to switch it so that he could, like, escape. Because they couldn't get down to the... right? I don't know. Because, like, if he swapped it for another... he would have to switch it to another place if he was trying to escape from it. Because he couldn't go down the elevator, right? Because it was like, it was trapped underneath the 3rd floor, and they were up on the... No, wait. No, they were on the 3rd. I'm gonna save. Yeah, I think it would just be open to the outdoors, right? Okay, I'm gonna say to switch it with another place. That was it. Because he wanted to switch it with some other place. I'm sorry, but did you just say switch it? But what could he possibly have switched the launch pad with? Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day. Launchpad was the DuckTales guy. Ooh. This is what was switched with Launchpad 1. I'm gonna say the Space Museum.
Jonathan Ray 23. The real culprit is crime. She murdered the Jedi younglings in the temple. Arrest her.
It wasn't me! No, you have no proof. Present. Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. In the past, the Space Museum used to be Launchpad 2. It has all the same features as Launchpad 1 and can even be moved to the launch site. Meaning the Space Museum and the Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other. You can't mean. Yes, indeed. The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one in Launchpad 1. It was the one in the Space Museum. What? We fucking balderdash! We turned it around. And yet, it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This is how the Space Center was just before the incident. I see Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum have already switched places. That's right. And with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 1. This allowed the true killer to enter Launchpad 1 from Boarding Lounge 2. And set the bomb on the rocket. Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 2... Welcome! Welcome! The Space Museum's open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Exactly. Anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door. Smack! In other words, with the two launch pads switched like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb. Ah. After setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into Boarding Lounge 1 and waited there concealed. In order to kill Mr. Terran when the two astronauts emerged from the space station. Recall that Miss Blackwell, Mr. Starbuck, and the director all saw a suspicious figure. Who, we can suppose, after killing Mr. Terran, made their escape into the Space Museum. After that, Director Cosmos switched the two launch pads back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum. Shit. Yeah, and then they go down the elevator and they escape. The killer then left the Space Museum and did a clean getaway. Ah! Right, Dono. I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well. Perhaps I should call you Swordmaster Bluff? I'm a seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence.
But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword. That's right! You have no proof I switched the launch pads. Somebody needs a better anger management counselor. If the launch pads really were switched, then there might be a record of it somewhere. At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other. So the corridor beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum. Let's see. This is an image of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Do you see anything different when we compare it to the security footage? The number on the floor. Yes, hold on. Where is the photo of this? It's the DVD, right? 2. Oh! It's Launchpad 2. Fuck. Okay. We do have proof. Well, what do you know? It looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackwell. And if this is just another bluff? Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Right in this footage. Proof that beyond this door is the corridor to the Space Museum. Very well then. Answer this for me if you would. What in this footage proves that the corridor belongs to the Space Museum? Fuck off. It's right here. Pixel perfect point out. Here we go.
Take that!
There's a 1 on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. You see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? It doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's actually because what you see is, you know, actually part of a 2. What? Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is the one to the Space Museum. Ah! 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 And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke. That's right, because the explosion didn't occur in the Space Museum. The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1 on the side opposite the Space Museum. And now that we know the 2 astronauts escaped from the Space Museum, the mystery from the previous trial on how they got down the ladder is cleared up. They didn't have to. Mr. Terran, carrying Mr. Starbuck, simply took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level. Just incredible. The 2 launch pads were actually switched. But you'd think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude. Nope, just us. Everyone was down in the basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back. There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. Ah! Oh shit. Oh, okay. I had to click that again. Bye-bye! No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time you told us the truth. Why would Cosmos not want to reveal that, though? Exactly. This is, like, in his favor, isn't it? My honor, my glory! Fuck. Galactic engine! Ignition! What? It's gone haywire! Ah! It won't stop! Ah! Ah! My stars! My glory! Ah! No! Not that way! Ah!
I have a plans. I found Doritos flavored tangy pickle. Do I try them?
Yes! Definitely. That sounds great. But the bailiff, on your steed, and after that, witness. Oh, he's back. I see we managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm. Director Cosmos, do you admit you switched the launch pads? I admit it's true. I switched Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum. It is good to hear words that I can believe for a change. Before you do, Your Honor, 2 things. First, we don't know if Mr. Terran had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Terran would have realized the instant he
I have a
stepped
plan.
into the Space Museum.
They also have jumping jack cheese. Do I get those too?
Yes. Those sound great.
Jonathan
I
Ray,
haven't had
23.
flavored pickles.
My partner is battling Big Chungus in Pokemon.
Nice. Hell yeah. Which Pokemon are you referring to as Big Chungus? Either way, Mr. Terran would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum. Then it had been
Ray,
switched with the
23.
Launchpad 1.
Azumarill.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Snorlax, but I had to check because I'm like, I don't know the other generations too much. So my first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Terran feel the need to put you on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with. Ugh, please, I can't! I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Ugh. The director is terrified. He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why. Hiccup! Oh no. No, I hate this hiccup. Is it going away? Yeah, it seems like there is definitely a reason why. He said his hands are tied, so it sounds like he might be being blackmailed. Yeah, it's in Generation 2. Yeah, everyone thought it was another Pikachu evolution or something. Partner says hi. Hello, Jonathan Ray's partner. Hi. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good night. Hope your Pokemon's going well. Probably not a good time to pry it out of him, huh? Excuse me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars? The hawk must have done it. It's the brains behind the whole operation, yeah. Without my badge of rank, I'm nothing. I don't see why not. Bailiff helped the director retrieve his stars. Yeah, he fucking flew them all over. Yeeted them off of his body. All over the courtroom. It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say? I don't get it. You don't get it? What don't you get? Director, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you never meant for the launch to go ahead, did you? You tricked us! Mr. Starbuck. Starbuck, my boy, I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason why. But I had to do it to protect the Space Center. Director! Will I ever get the chance to go into space again? Shit. Yes, of course. I won't rest until it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy. Then the dream is still alive. The space dream.
Silence.
You're not going into space, Starbuck, but prison. I won't have it any other way. Why are you so hung up on him? Yes, I accept that the launch pads really were switched. And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But I have yet to see proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum. Oh, that's a good point. Ugh! He's right. I don't have any proof. Starbuck, you will spill everything you know. What? Me? Ah! Not just launch pads, but there are rotating launch pads. And it turns out they were switched and this was all part of a plan of some sort. Is there a picture that shows the rotating launch pads? Yeah, there we go. These rotate. So apparently they were in the Space Museum. They weren't actually in Launchpad 1. The trial got turned about. Yeah, turned abouted. Where did you get those bombs? Tell me now. If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood. Ah! If I'm gonna die, I want to die in space. I have to do something. Solomon Starbuck, prepare yourself. Ah! Ah, shit, he got electrocuted. Now you know, violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. Ugh, that annoyingly cheerful laugh. It could be none other than... Yep. Champion of righteousness, Bobby Fulbright here. In justice we trust. Detective Fulbright? Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late. I don't believe we had an appointment. I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. Yeah, I don't think there is in this game. I don't know about Japanese courts, and I also don't know... I think this is, like, very, very fictional. But I'm not sure. And then I had to break up a cat fight. I tell ya, justice sure is a full-time job. Was it a fight between cats, or... Why are you here again? Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came here to make sure that justice is served. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Fulbright. I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. But have you finally succumbed? Nope, but it looks like you've succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes and let evidence of justice uncloud your judgment. What evidence? Come to think of it, he did say something about finding us some evidence. Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm gonna work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. I didn't think he was serious, though. So, what is it, Detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent? It is indeed! Have a look at this. Oh, fuck, it's the lighter. What's this, a lighter? I'm guessing it's also not okay for prosecutors to threaten to kill witnesses with a sword. Yeah, it's also probably not realistic to have a prosecutor be an incarcerated inmate or whatever. who is currently in handcuffs and also prosecuting with a sword. And his handcuffs aren't very good. That's right. A lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up. It has the victim Clay Terran's blood along with his killer's fingerprints on it.
Indie villain.
What?
The hawk is 100% real.
Ah! Yes. Hawk is the mastermind behind everything. Order, order. Detective Fulbright, can I assume that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant? You bet! Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent. This is it. This is just what I needed. Your Honor, this is decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. With pleasure, Your Honor. Recall where this lighter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran, they escaped with the lighter in hand to the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. Then finally, the killer left through boarding lounge 2 and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in boarding lounge 1 after the murder. A fact that Director Cosmos has testified to. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there.
Silence.
But the defendant had free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Could he not have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum in that span of time?
Objection!
You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? But Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with the lighter, he went into the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had the time to double back to the museum. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, this lighter could have only been dropped by the real killer. Oh my gosh! Touch of Oblivion and Party of 4. Hello! Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Did you finish Bug Snacks today? Did you finish Bug Snacks? I'm gonna do a shout out. Touch of Oblivion. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the raid. You did. Yay! It was so good. Honestly, Bug Snacks, probably my game of the year. I'm glad you finished it. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here. We're nearing the end of this stream, I think. I think we're about to do another Turnabout. I'm really scared. Such a good game. Who was your favorite character and why is it Chandlo? Yes. I didn't realize people couldn't escape. Yeah. Yeah, go look. There's a video that actually shows you, like, the bad end. It's like fucking Mass Effect. It's great. It's like Mass Effect 2. It is getting intense, and the music is getting intense, too. Does that make me the raidy? Maybe. Okay. Or the rated. God damn it. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, this lighter could only have been dropped by the real killer. Ugh. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. I think you understand what this means, don't you? This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit. Ah! This does indeed appear to be decisive evidence that proves the defense's claim. As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, we can assume it was planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. No. There must be some mistake. Frankly, Prosecutor Blackwell, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow...
Silence.
Tomorrow what? Fulbright, you promised never to speak of that. Huh? Tomorrow? What about tomorrow? Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say
Ray
that the
23.
defendant is innocent.
Starbucks, then where is my peppermint mocha?
Right? In light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. A few unanswered questions remain, so I look forward to seeing what you two uncover. But for now, this court finds defendant Solomon Starbuck not guilty! Woo! Yeah, 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 yeah. Astronaut guilty. Yes, we did it, Mr. Wright. Looks like we pulled it off somehow. Huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright. Yes, I definitely think we're gonna get a Bug Snacks sequel. Bug Snackquel. Yes. They definitely were setting up for that. I'm so excited. It looks like we pulled it off somehow, huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright. Mr. Wright, Miss Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me, too. You all are the best. Ooh, I wish we could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now. Yeah, me too, but that's gonna have to wait. And now that a verdict has been reached, I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned.
Objection!
Uh-oh. It's too late to object, isn't it? It simply isn't possible. Something's wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you dissatisfied with the verdict? Fulbright, what were the results of the fingerprint analysis for the lighter? Huh? The results? Well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that cat fight, and well... Oh my gosh! Raid? Hey, New Van Dybe, thank you so much for raiding with a party of 3. We are actually, I think, about to finish this case. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Let's get a shout out. So, New Van Dybe. Did I just... No, I spelled your name incorrectly. Cool. I was trying to type too quickly. Cool. S-O. New Van D-I-B-E. There we go. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. How do you like that game? That game scared the shit out of me despite the fact that it was so cheesy and it should not have scared the shit out of me. It still spooked me. Anyway, thank you so much for bringing your community over here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a great night. Oh, well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that cat fight, and well... I kinda got carried away when I heard the prints weren't Mr. Starbucks, so... You have yet to read it? Prosecutor Blackwell, can you read out who the prints belong to? Fucking tell us! Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints were found to belong to Athena Sykes.
New Van Dybe.
Oh,
Ripping
fuck.
pepperoni.
Oh, fuck. So says the report. What? What? Huh? Me? Not my poor Athena! Order. I say, order.
Touch of oblivion. Your partner done did a betrayal.
She's not our assistant. She is our lawyer. Or she is a lawyer. She is a lawyer at the firm. Miss Sykes, tell me you have an explanation for this. We just finished proving that this lighter could only belong to the killer. So finding your prints on it can only lead us to one grave conclusion. I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit. This can't be happening. We built up our argument piece by piece. And I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So how could it have led to this? Fuck. Ah! What have I done? Please forgive me, I'm sorry. The Hawk planted them. The Hawk's the mastermind. Order, order. Detective Fulbright, stop your crying. What in the world is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad. Order, order, I will have order. fade out and stop? Oh my god. Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we'd fought for, the truth had turned cruelly on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness. The dark age of the law. No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. F11. Shit, shit, shit. Stop, stop, stop. Close. No spoilers! No spoilers!